Hey everyone, welcome back to another awesome episode of RailRoads Online. This episode, we got a lot going on. We got some game updates, some channel updates, and some personal updates, I would say. So here we can see we're at the sawmill. And I got a full load of lumber on board this train that we normally have a kind of a balanced load of 3 cars of lumber and the rest are all beams. But since they did the rebalancing of the industries, for the iron ore mine, they need 1 beam and 2 lumber, and that'll get you 5 iron ore. So I figured we might as well just take up a load of lumber since we need more of it up there. We could do balanced loads and stuff and try to figure out the math, but the way they rebalanced everything being no longer a 1-to-1, it is going to make it a little bit more confusing. So we do have a full load of lumber. So personal update really quick. I am getting over a illness. So if I still sound a little nasally or a little congested, I do apologize. So let's get up to the iron ore mine. Go break off. Give it a little bit of regulator, get moving here. And while we're moving, we're going to be talking about the game updates. Alright, now that we're on our way to the iron ore mine, let's take a look at the first update. Since I was sick, we do have a couple of updates that did drop. This one, the first one, came out on the 27th, a couple days ago. 22.01.27 beta. We're still in beta. Some people have asked, when are the beta updates going to be pushed to the main game? And the answer to that question is, we don't know. I don't think even the developers know, because they keep on fixing the beta update. So I don't think they want to push it out to the main game until we get all the bugs worked out of this massive update. So this one, they adjusted the freight cargo rewards. Logs are now $10, cordwood $10, beams $24, lumber $12, iron ore $20, rails $25, raw iron $25, coal $15, steel pipes are $40, tools are $30, crude oil is $25, and oil barrels are $40. They fixed the freight cargo unit conversion from kilograms to pounds. They fixed the oil field resource intake. They fixed the they fixed the font for the Cook 260 tender. Wheel spin can now be corrected by lowering the throttle input. They adjusted the server browser UI. Added Steam name as a default server name. I did see that when I launched the game. They increased the IP net driver timeout to 90 seconds. Added save game unique world ID to save. It's saved once a new game is saved. New Steam build 8098612, fixed glass window shader for 440 Eureka and 260 Cook, increased lifespan for coal to 3 seconds. So the next one that came out the next day is build 220128 beta. They adjusted the block size for coal cargo. They adjusted the hitbox of Freight Depot. Freight cannot get stuck on the roof anymore. Well, that's good. Just the hitbox of steel bridge, space between columns can be accessed. Added a subroutine for re-rail tool. Car will not be moved to an overlapping state with another car. So that might be a little helpful when we derail all the time, trying to get back on the tracks. Alright, so let's climb this grade, and this is the toilet bowl grade again. Someone did comment that it's called a loop or a helix. I appreciate using the proper terminology too. But like what they said in the comment, calling it a toilet bowl is just as accurate and a little bit more humorous. So we'll continue to call it the toilet bowl. Call it the toilet bowl loop or toilet bowl helix or something like that, I don't know. We'll pick up some steam here, some speed. Get going. Had to bump up the regulator there a little bit because this route is 3% all the way and there is no way to pick up speed. So whatever we start with is what we're gonna have. And this is a heavier load than what we're normally carrying. This is the first time I've carried this particular train up this route. And I didn't run the calculations on it to see if it was actually going to work or not. Maybe I should have done that. These lumber cars are significantly heavier than the beams. Uh-oh. We may not make it, guys. When it straightens out, hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of speed here, but we're going to start going around this corner, and this is the corner I wanted to show you because I straightened it out a little bit. It used to curve in a little steeper, then kind of cut back. You can see it still kind of cut back a little bit. It looks really wonky there, but it's actually not too bad. I haven't tested it yet with the train. We're about to. And it looks kind of wonky because it actually dips down. You can see I kind of had a hard time getting this to all line up right, and I didn't want to redo this bridge. So it does kind of flatten out. It actually drops down a little bit there, as you can see. As long as it doesn't derail, I think we'll be alright. The fact that we're still chuffing along here is a good sign. It does straighten out this route, so hopefully we'll start picking up some good speed here. So as we pull into the iron ore mine here, let's talk about some channel updates really quick. Someone mentioned in the comments that maybe since I don't really have anyone to talk to while we play this game like other YouTubers do, maybe we should do a Q&A. Run some trains like we're doing, and I'll take some screenshots of comments. You leave your question in the comment, I will answer them. So these questions can be just about anything. If you'd like to do this, maybe we'll do it in an upcoming video. Go ahead and leave a comment in the question in the comments below, and fill it out like question colon. That way I see that it's actual question for the show, and I'll do my best to answer them. Again, let's please keep it appropriate, and I'm not going to give away too much personal stuff. If you have a question about the game or who I am or anything of that nature, I'll be happy to answer it to the best I can. I'll go back through too and look at some of the past comments. I know that there's been some questions about historical accuracy and that sort of thing that I can actually answer. It looks like we made it. That was close. We'll get pulled in here and get this offloaded and pick up a load of ore for the smelter. While that's unloading, let me talk about the next update. Several of you have mentioned now that I should use the Minimap Tool, Tom's Minimap Tool found on that third-party mapper website. And so over the last couple of days, I did download it and install it against what I thought it was, which I thought it was a cheating tool. But what the argument was posted to me by the comments was that it was actually very useful for people playing single player. So it basically acts as a second player. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up now. Now you're probably not gonna see this too often It'll be more of the behind the scenes thing. We can see here's the route. And the way this tool works is it actually attaches to your save game file. And it allows you to control things like your locomotive. And so here it's got a bunch of information, how much boiler pressure we have, and this is all real-time information. You can also see it's got your water level of your tender, which is very helpful, your max speed of your tender, and its current speed, obviously, and how much firewood you have on board. You can set the brake. You can set the brake for any of your cars. So as you're going down a hill or something like that, you need to set your brake of your caboose, for example. You can set the brake and help you slow down using this tool. But you can also control your locomotive. I just turned the brake off, and as you can see, we're starting to roll already. So I'm just going to get ready with the brake again, and when I see that next lumber car coming to the right spot, I'm going to slam on the brakes. Right there. Hit F1 and it goes away. And I just unload the next car. So this has actually saved me a lot of time. This train took a lot less time because I didn't have to keep running back and forth to the locomotive. You know, it's just like that second player that I could just tell, hey, move up, okay, stop, hey, move up, stop, you know, that sort of thing. Turn off the brake, give it a little bit of regulator, get moving. Off the regulator. Stop it right there. Unload it. But as you can hear, the game audio, maybe you can hear it, the game audio actually cuts out every time I use that. Because it is a standalone program, and it cuts in front of the game. So the other cool thing, I'm going to run over here to the switch. The other cool thing that this does, just like a helper, is that it will actually flip switches for you. Granted, you have to tell it to flip the switch. So we notice this one's on the main line. We're going to close out of that. We're going to flip the switch. You can see it went from red to black there. I'm the little blue guy. My little bookman is the blue guy. As you can see, it's flipped. So I can go through my entire route and flip all the switches that I need when we get down to where we need to go. And it'll make it so I don't need to keep stopping or jump out and try and, you know, outrun a locomotive pulling a loaded train just to flip a switch. So it's just like a helper. And that's really all I've used it for so far. I haven't used it. Let's see, we control this. Open controls. I haven't used it to set individual brakes on the cars yet. That's actually a relatively new feature of this tool, I believe. Compact view, okay. So, I don't know, well, you tell me, guys, do you like this tool? Do you think we should keep using it? Or do you think it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Too much of a cheat? You tell me. So, another cool thing I did discover with it is that I can actually teleport. So I don't have to run, you know, clear across the map just to get somewhere. I can easily teleport. Granted, it puts me up on the roof for some reason, but I can easily teleport somewhere. So I don't have to spend a lot of time running across the forest and over the mountains. Granted, that's not really realistic. I understand that, but you know, for me, if it saves me some time, and again, I don't think you'll ever see it on the channel again, for a couple of different reasons. One is I really don't show too often the loading and the unloading of the train, and that's where I use it the most. Switches is so rare, or not. I don't want to say rare. That's the wrong word. switches are so infrequent, I would say. So I like the tool, I really do. But you tell me, is it too much of a cheat? Should I go back to doing it the old way? Let me know in the comments below. So far, I do like this tool. I've used it now to load this train like I was saying. And I've used it to flip some switches. And now I'm using it to offload. So far, I like I said, I do like it. So, all right, I'll get the rest of this train unloaded here. Open controls. And we'll see you when we get down to the smelter. I forgot something. I got a ways down the road here and realized that I forgot to load up the iron ore. So I just backing it down here. Yep. I used that F1 menu to set the brake on the caboose, and that really helps. So here's the next update. I did fix this loop here. Before it was kind of straight and it turned really sharp, and then it kind of smoothed out a little bit to I think like a 25 degree. This is a 15 degree. And it goes all the way over against the wall. You can see the groundwork there. Goes all the way over against that far wall. And just kind of works a lot better. So that's a huge improvement over the way that it was. I really wish we could just replant some trees, because there's like big areas like that now, and like this over here that don't have any trees, where they could benefit from some trees. We're gonna go ahead and pull into the smelter here. Get this, we need to actually speed up a little bit. Get this iron ore off, and we'll show you the next update. Alright, and just like that, we're down here at the smelter. We'll get this ore offloaded. I'm going to go ahead and save the game first. And that's going to put a bunch in there. There we go. 50 out of 1,000. We're on our way. So the next big update I'd like to show you is, even though while I was sick, I've been busy slugging NyQuil and taking naps, I was able to build this. This is the Smelter Station Railyard. We'll take a good tour of it here in just a minute, but I do have a locomotive house here, train house here. There's nothing in it currently. Let's see if we can look in the window. Nothing in it. I haven't bought a new locomotive yet. We might do that at the end of today's episode. I have a refueling firewood depot here and water tower. Let's take a really quick look at it first. Actually, I can pull up the F1 menu here. That's what it looks like. This took several hours. I don't even want to know how many hours. While I'm here, though, I discovered something when I was coming down this grade. If you click on you got this cheat. So here we can actually increase money, or increase XP. We can enable flying, which I haven't done any of this yet. I just found this. And the sprint speed, fast sprint, whatever that is. So I haven't played around with that, obviously, at all yet. And I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. We don't cheat here. As I always say, Ramblin' Road is... we try to maintain as much realism as possible, given the limitations of the game. So I don't like cheat money or, you know, experience or anything like that. Experience doesn't really mean anything in this game anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the brake off. Back up just a little bit. Alright, we'll just unhook from the train. We'll go ahead and pull forward, brake off, reverser forward. What we'll do is we'll back down this wide to this switch and then go forward. We'll be facing the right direction to enter the rail yard. So while we're doing this, my thought was here too that locomotives like this are designed to pull larger trains. While the Porter, like Ultra, that's more of a switching engine. It's used to work in the rail yards and put together the trains that they would come in and hook and unhook. And this is kind of a central hub here, being that it's... we gotta keep going. Oh, keep going here a little bit. Where we're going to be bringing in trains destined for other areas that we can put together loads, right? Like we bring in coal from the coal mine and mix it with the iron ore, for example. Or not the iron ore, the raw iron. And then that would go... there we go. So now we're going this way. Let's check the rest of these switches. We're going to go around that way. We'll just go on the main line here. It's all straight. All right. You can see how easy that was. I switched all those switches that fast from the comfort of my platform here. Break off. So, getting back to my thought, it would be easy, well, be more realistic if we brought down a train from the coal mine into the rail yard back here, unhooked it, hooked up to the train that was waiting for us, put together by the switching engine, destined for another location, and we pull it there, and we come back, and then the switching engines have put together the next train heading to somewhere else, kind of a thing. That's kind of what I was thinking anyway. I don't know. It would be a lot more work. It'd be wicked fun. It would be awesome if I could play this multiplayer and actually do stuff like that. I think that would just be awesome, and that's, I believe, what this game was designed for. This is not supposed to be just a single player game. And I would love to play it online, like I said, but I can't with my internet connection. Once I get a better internet connection using Starlink, I'm hoping that's going to be the answer to all my problems. You can see here as we come around this curve that continues to kind of curve around, and it goes into the house there. We can get water over here. We can go down this line. I'll show this in a second where we get the fuel. So I got 4 main rail lines here. I'm going to show highlights of building this at the end of this episode. just because it took me a long time, and I have to do highlights and sped up video and that sort of thing, because I actually started running out of hard drive space, so I had to like kill the recording and do a bunch of work and stuff without recording it, unfortunately. Of course I wasn't talking because my voice was bad. I was really plugged up and wasn't feeling very good, and I would work on it for a couple hours and then go take a nap. So, and putting these lines in, going around corners and curves and stuff, is really kind of a pain in the butt. This is a 25-degree curve here. And as you can see up here, we got our waterfall. I did thin all these trees out so we can get a better view of it. Looks like I could stand to thin a few more out. Not as close to it as I was hoping, but it is what it is. There is a lot of wasted space in here too. I'm actually really upset with these switches. I wish we had switches that would angle more, and you might see that in the video when I'm building these, because I had a hard time trying to get these to work right. I envisioned this whole area filled up, but these come off so shallow that was just a real big pain in the butt. So here we got a little, I started with this loop here, and then I put in the lanes, and I actually had these over here first, and by the time I got to the third or fourth one, it was such a hard bend that it wasn't worth it to do, so I just straightened them out. I think this third one is the one I did it, and the groundwork is like at a 2.25 degree curve almost all the way, and I just based the other 3 off of it. So this would be a thing like where the train beast would bring in a train and like park it along this line, or the main loop, unhook, maybe back down one of these rail lines here, hook up to the train that's ready to go, and then just pull out of the station and go to its destination. And the shunting engine would come out of the house, come and hook up to the train that beast just brought, disassemble it, take what needs to be offloaded here, offload it, and then load up what it needs from here, and assemble the next train, getting ready to head out. Oop, wrong one. Let's see, I think I actually got to flip some switches here. Gotta do that one. Let's see, if we flip that one, it's going to take us off that way. So we're going to just pull forward. We're going to back down this way. I think that'll be best. We'll flip that switch. I'll kind of show you how this whole thing works. Well, actually, let's just stop. We'll just set the brake here. Let's do it on foot. So you come down this rail line here, and we take this way. This is a really sharp curve. This is a 30%, I believe. And locomotives like Beast will have a hard time on it. And it gets really sharp right here. And I had to do it really sharp like that just to get it to work. Locomotives, the porters, shouldn't have any issues with that. It looks bad, I know, I'm sorry. So we go this way. We got our turntable. And that goes to our house. We could put multiple houses in here. That was originally my plan. And maybe I'll go back through and add some more just for fun, for decoration, that sort of thing. The switching locomotive can get water here. The main locomotives can get water over there. I've just put one over there because they're not going to be able to make that curve. So, but for firewood, they would come down this way, pushing just 1 or 2 wood cars. They can get their firewood here. The big locomotives, Beast, can make this side of it. They could make the other side too, but it's the tender, it's such a large locomotive, it doesn't make any sense. It'd be a switching locomotive. to come down this way with 1 or 2 wood cars, you know, cordwood or logs or something like that. They come all the way up here to this stop. And I kind of was playing around with this. I was like, when I put the wall here initially, this is just groundwork, obviously. I was like, man, if that smacks that wall, it looks like it would hurt, right? And the stops you'd see now have buffers on bumpers. So I put some wood bridge in there to like make it look a little softer, so it wasn't so just abrupt hard. And I think it looks kind of good. I mean, I wish we got actual stops, rail stops in the game. And when they come, if they come, then I'll actually replace those. But anyway, so you would flip that switch again. You'd back up here, or pull forward up here. Flip that switch, and then this one just goes along this side here. And this is how we would supply this fueling station. And then of course I have another stop there. Same deal at the wood bridge inside there. I did build it. Actually, let me go back, continue. I did build this entire thing just like this, without the foliage layer. And it looks really good, looks really clean. But then I turn the foliage layer back on. Options, graphics, you have to hit the supply changes. Back, continue. And it's like, oh, I could have raised that up a lot more. And this all the weeds and everything would have gone away. But it is just an old-timey rail yard. You know, they didn't have herbicide back then, so it is what it is. I think it looks good. It looks fine. It's just a lot more foliage down here than I thought. So, oh well. Well, I do like it. We will definitely use it. We are going to get a lot more rolling stock, especially now that they rebalanced all of the industries. So we will need more rolling stock. I'd like to get more locomotives and that sort of thing. So let us... I don't want to leave Beast there, but I can move him later. Let's zoom out again. So there's that nice new rail yard. It's not 100% perfect. It's not great. Oh, this line. I've neglected to tell you, and when I went back and watched the video of me making this new line down here to the smelter, I completely neglected to tell you about this section, how I kind of discovered it, because I didn't do any scouting on this route at all. And it was almost perfect the way that came down. I don't know if you picked that up in the video or not. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. You'll see I'm up in this area, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, this area right here is like meant for this route. And so that's what I was following down, this little shelf right here. And right here you can see it on the map. It looks like there's a spot where it's supposed to like cross right here and go across here. And I think this is actually where he has a switch or a bridge going across here, where he goes up to the iron ore mine, because his route doesn't go this way at all. At least last time I saw his videos, it didn't. So there's the new smelter, rail yard, and station. Well, thinking about putting more houses in here. I don't know. What do you guys think? They're not going to be used. At the most, we're going to have one switching engine down here. And we can do that switching rail yard tasks and that sort of thing when we bring in a load. So let me know what you think about that. So let us see where we got to go. We could zoom out. We got to go here. Let us go here, teleport here. That is so much nicer than running. And let's buy... Well, let's save it for the next episode. How about that? This episode's already going to be pretty long with all of that new rail yard stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just save it right here. And we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful night. And stay tuned for the next episode. where we will be buying a new locomotive and a bunch more rolling stock, and we're going to do some more train running. And please leave your comments below. I do read all your comments. If you have any questions for the Q&A show coming up, please post them below again with question, colon, whatever your question is. That'll help me see them. I do read them, all the comments though, so if you forget to do that, that's not a big deal. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Alright, this is going to be the very first test run. I just completed the logging and making the preliminary loop around the new rail yard here at the smelter. All of this track is completely 100% untested. And I think I got the switches set right. We're just going to go around the loop, check it out. Don't really have a full plan. I have an idea in my head. We'll see how it turns out. We're just going to take it nice and slow here. I'm thinking about putting the lanes going like this off of this straight piece. And how they're going to connect back in over here, I'm not sure yet. We will see. So this would be like just switches with lanes. Maybe. Maybe we'll come off of this piece here, and then I'll tie it back in with this piece here, like down here. I don't know yet. Gotta do some playing. I like how open it is. There's our waterfall. I might thin some of these trees out so we can get a better view of it. There it is. "25-degree curve." I was just thinking about making that run go that way and tie in over there somewhere. The one that we're on right here. They curve that around, put a crossover piece. I don't know how that's gonna work. So we gotta switch a switch up here. I'm not gonna make that.